Reviews, and I'm here with a beer from Leinenkugels, which I haven't had a beer from them for a while. Um, I don't unless they have something that's pretty new, and I think this one is new. The Snowdrift Vanilla Porter. I'm pretty sure this one is like a new release. The Snowdrift Vanilla Porter from them. So this beer gets 3.5-ish, 3.6 on Bavka out of 5, and it's 6% alcohol by volume. So I'm starting to see a lot of winter beers. I got a few to try for the reviews. This one being included in one of those. I'm pretty excited for this one, so let's go ahead and dive in here. I'm looking for a description, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get one. Okay, 6th generation. Oh, that's just about the... Leinenkugels is owned by Miller Coors. And apparently what I've heard is that Leinenkugels does all their own thing, just that the Miller Coors, which owns them, comes by and takes a look every once in a while. Is what I've heard about Leinenkugels, that they're pretty much self-sufficient. But and if you like beer, I think it's a good idea to, if you're on Facebook, go find beer groups. There are good beer groups, and I found beer groups because of other beer reviewers on YouTube that I have that I have connected with on Facebook, and I found the beer groups that way. There are a lot of beer groups that I look through and I look at and stuff like that, and that's how I find some beers. So if you are looking for beers, if you're looking for good beers to try, or if you just want to look at beer in general, find some good beer groups on YouTube or on Facebook. I think that's a really good way to do that. So with that pour, we had about a couple fingers, but now it's gone down to maybe one of a darker, light brown colored head. The body looks clear to me, very dark brown, but it's not too dark brown. I can see some nice ruby highlights coming through, enough that I can see that it's pretty clear. Let's go ahead and get a smell on this one. It's like a roasty vanilla, really. Yeah, it's like a roasted malt and vanilla. It's gonna have some nice lacing on this one, but head is kind of gone down here. Let's go ahead and get a sip. Leinenkugels for me is something that it's not very often that I'll find something from them that I really love. There are occasions, though, that they will make something that I just really adore. There has been a couple things, but the one thing that I remember is they have a summer shandy. I don't like the summer shandy, but they had like a beer that came out from December to or November to February, called the Orange Shandy, and I had that a ton when I broke my leg back in 2013 when I got hit by a car. That beer was out in 2013, 2014 kind of time, and I loved that beer. I drank that beer all the time. I couldn't go anywhere, but I was like, Mom, can you please go to the store, get me a 12-pack of Orange Shandy? I'll love you forever. I loved that beer. I have not seen it since, and I've been very, very sad about that. If I ever see it again, if they ever bring it out again, I will do a revisit on it. Oh, I loved that beer. I loved it. It was like orange ice cream or something. It was just amazing. I loved it. They have a porter that they had before that I also like, but this I think is different. This is kind of like one of those. It's a porter that's lower in ABV, but it has a lot of good flavors happening. I'm really enjoying this beer so far. So what we have is a definite roasted malts that kind of permeates throughout the whole experience. Slight bit of chocolate, maybe. And then the vanilla is kind of like almost sprinkled throughout the whole thing. Like I'll get it here and there, and other times I won't. But it's definitely there in very minute amounts. Very enjoyable. Aged on real vanilla. Very nice. This is very nice. I'm really enjoying this. Like sometimes beers or beer companies that are not known for making like really good like porters or stouts or whatever can really do some good things, and this is definitely one of them. The feel is very light. It's like almost lighter than any porter I've ever had. Very drinkable, very crushable even, I would say. Slightly dry. It just has a very like watery, like, not, I wouldn't say watery because it's not thin, but it has a very light, almost watery body, watery for a porter. And that isn't a bad thing. It's nice. It's very sessionable, I would say. Solid A- on this one. I think this one is fantastic. I would definitely buy a 6-pack of it. Like, I mean, if it was at the price of, if it was at, if it was at the same price as, say Founders Porter, I would definitely go with that. But if it was on like a lower price range, I would totally go for it. Like this is on the lower end of excellent. It's an excellent product. If you haven't had the Snowdrift Vanilla Porter and you love porters and stouts, I think this is a fantastic beer for you to try. Unless you're biased against Miller Coors or something. Either way, thank you guys very much for watching, and that'll be it from me for the night. And thank you very much for watching. Have a good night.